Alrighty, how's everybody doing? Been a little while since I've been able to do an actual box opening. Really excited, new set, lots of new cards, lots of things that I really want to be pulling. Also new box sizes. I actually think this is a really good thing for the game overall. I have a set review on the way. Will not be with Travis this time because of some personal conflicts he has going to Gen Con. But we will be doing a collaboration. We're going to show him some of the new cards. We're going to talk about them. Should be a lot of fun. Really want to get more content out for the game this set than last one. Just last set I had a lot going on that made it difficult to get videos out. One downside to the new box size, by the way, is the packs don't, I guess they still fit sideways, but they don't store bulk very well like they used to. So, without any further ado, let's get in, let's talk some cardboard. As far as things I want, any full art legend would be nice. This is actually one of the cards I want the most, actually. Physalis is a really neat card. Should get a playset of commons and rares, so I'm not too worried about that. I just think that Physalis is a really interesting card. I know a lot of people kind of wonder, like, are there any warp swords you want to play? Is there anything you want to do with warp? Like, you don't get the warp ability off of them, but nice. There's our first legend. Where's our foil? Zemia. I don't know. I just think Physalis is a really neat and kind of uniquely powerful card. Reminds me a lot of Rosa Cecil, just like sheer power-wise. Charlotte's a really, really strong card. Kind of a new reason to be playing mono ice. I don't think she's going to get splashed too much outside of it. I've considered her for stuff like Leo, but I feel like timing her is just going to be really difficult. Like, for lack of a better term, like, the earlier she comes down, the better she is. But I feel like it's just riskier to commit to her early. I don't know. There's going to be a weird conflict. Hey, the random double pack. A mid-Previa and a mid-Previa. Very interesting. Hancock was really high on this card in his set review. And my initial impression wasn't very good, so I started building. The card's actually pretty solid. There's a Nymea and our first Charlotte. Or first Bartz. I don't know how to feel about Bartz. I feel like if it wasn't for the crystals, no one would talk about him. Like the alternate casting cost. He's really strong, and unlike everything else with that, you can flicker him with Renoa, which is a unique thing that only Bartz has of this archetype of big, expensive stuff that you can play that does a bunch of other things. But you could do that a lot of other things. Hey, there is our first full art of the box in Odin. It's actually my second Odin. I pulled one at pre-release alongside my first Tifa. I don't know what to make of Tifa. A lot of the text on the card reads really strong. I'm just surprised that they based so much of the Earth support this set around her. Seems like a really weird direction to go. Summoner, actually a card I'm very excited about. I think this card is really good, actually. Ice, I think, has some sneaky good summons now. And a Zangan. That's my Zangan playset. I actually pulled two at pre-release. There's a foil legend Ajdaya. Very nice card. I think that card's actually very slept on. I know, again, a lot of people not very high on it. I don't really understand why. To me, it just reads kind of like a Leviathan, just with a lot less of the downside. Just like another kind of a payoff for your mono water decks to kind of just win the game when you resolve it. And it's really sticky. It's got natural protection. Turn it comes into play. It just seems really good to me. Gorger and a Vritra. That is our second Vritra. My wife pulled one at pre-release. I'm much higher on Ajdaya than Vritra, which I think makes me the exception. I don't think most people agree. I just read Vritra and I read Limit Break Edge, which I think is one of the worst cards in the game for its rarity. And Vritra reading main deck Limit Break Edge makes me just not excited at all. So we've got a foil legend, we've got a full art, we have three non-foil legends. Foil Naji and a Physalis. So I expect if the old ratios held, it should just be one non-foil legend left. Heard a lot of people saying that you get 2 full arts per box still. Foil Lightning and a non-foil Arden. We'll see how true that is. 3 packs remaining. A Dark Fina in foil, very nice. And a non-foil Lightning, it's my first of those. It's great. We'll need 2 more of that, please. So, not expecting any hits in the last bit of the box. Oracle, please stop reprinting those. Just make them legal in L3 and stop putting them in booster packs. I'm begging you, Hobby Japan. Oshan is funny because I read it, thought, ooh, that is a second full art. That is a Clive. Yeah, Oshan, I read this and I thought it was a rare and I thought it sucked. And then I saw it was a hero and I went, oh gosh, that is horrible. So let's double check, make sure we didn't have any legends hiding out in the rares pile. With a couple what I would call hidden legends. Fang is practically legend quality, but not a bad box. Clive and Odin. I mean, I don't think the Clive is as good as the old legend, obviously. But it is going to have uses for sure. And I think he has potential to get better. That special text is really unique. There's just not a lot like that. Lightning, Charlotte, Fritra, pretty solid legends. And then Ashdaya as well. I will not complain about our box number 1. I'm going to put my full arts over here. I'll keep my legends kind of in a pile right there. Yeah, sure. All right. Box numero dos. Still a little sad they're getting rid of box toppers. I think they didn't need to do that. I think what they needed to do was do something that they needed to do a long time ago, which is make a hero of the box topper, like a card that wouldn't have been a full art otherwise. It feels so bad to pull the non-foil legend that is your box topper. It's just as bad as it feels to pull a foil Oshan, unfortunately. I unironically was considering the Job Steal Bart's second Ashdaya. I believe that is my playset of her. Or in the 12, just to try to help with the pad the win count. Gains the job, kind of matches the other stuff. I just think that card is just strictly better than Oshan outside of not being job 12 in the hand. Cripshay card I'm actually really happy to see in foil. I think that card is very good. I know we've had discard 2 on monsters before, but I don't think we've ever had them as playable as Cripshay recently. Especially 7K first striker, musician, and a Ferris. Very happy to see a Ferris there. That is my second Ferris. I traded for a full art. Need 1 more of that. I can start getting my Refia testing going. I know a lot of people don't seem that oh, new Ferris is a warrior card. It's not going to go in Refia. I played a lot of Refia. I really feel like the proactivity is going to matter a lot. And I don't think you can really take that away from the new Ferris. It's so good that she does things when you're not on damage 3. Ooh, very happy to see a full art Sarah. That card is gorgeous. So let me pull that up from the camera real quick. Look at this beauty. Ah, that is so nice. The foil pattern on FFTCG just looks so good on cards like this sometimes. That is a heck of a full art. Probably will be one of the most expensive full arts in the set. Foil Ignis. Actually pretty happy to get a foil of Ignis. And another Oshan. I would love to stop pulling Oshan. He's taunting me. He's like, yeah, I heard you didn't like me. Heard I was talking shit. Fina in foil, really happy to see that. I actually love this card. Actually, let me take a look at this in foil. That is so cool looking. What if... I know that Steve always laughs. He's like, yeah, I know people don't like when I do Magic comparisons. Same thing here with a Yu-Gi-Oh one. Fina to me reads like pre-preparation of rights as this really pushed card for an archetype or a sub mechanic that is so underdeveloped and so weak inherently. And Fina just tries to fix all of the issues in one single card. And that doesn't always work, but I mean, I don't know what more they could possibly have the card do. It's so pushed. Really excited to give her a shot. A Jill and a foil Fang. That's a nice pack. That's 4 legends, so we shouldn't get any. We should get 1 foil legend still. I'm not expecting anything else, and we have a chance at a full art, but again, not expecting it. Please stop putting these in packs. Hobby Japan. The 12 are really cool. I think I didn't know what to make of them. Started playtesting them. I think the big difference is that's a foil lightning. I'm really happy with that. Big difference with the 12 versus Soiree. Actually, the generic support. I think Soiree was better at getting to its game plan, but it didn't have any real help doing what it was doing.
That's funny.
I think that Soiree, yeah, so like Soiree kind of had to like do its own thing. There's a lot of 14 support if you look closely. Oh, okay. Maybe it is two full arts per box still. That would be surprising, honestly. I don't know how it would do that without messing up the ratios. Very happy. Cisne, look at the art on this. That is so nice. Also just a great character. So, card that could be playable. I don't know how likely I expect it to be.
Foil Shiva.
Yeah, Shiva's a nice pull. With some good boxes. No full art legends. A little bit sad, but
You should be complaining about full art Sarah, though.
yeah, so I'm not complaining about the ones that I did get. So let's do a little bit of clean up. 4 legends and 2 full arts. It's been pretty consistent so far. So on to box number 3. There is our Vincent playset. A foil Thaliac and a non-foil Larsa. A really interesting card in Larsa. When it was first revealed, I thought the name was just so bad it would keep it from seeing play. Non-foil vanilla, pretty happy with that. I think this card is criminally slept on. I'll get to that in a second, but really it's like Larsa can go in so many different other decks while still functioning as another backup engine. A lot of potential. Vanille, I don't know why people are sleeping on this card. Fang plays it for free from the deck, and then if they both die, you get back the Fang. Like I feel like I'm taking crazy pills when people aren't high on the card or say like it's like title only or like all this other stuff, and I'm like, are we reading the same card? Like, how do you deal with this thing? And you know, it's super cheap. It recurs lightning, so you end up with this situation where there's this like super threat that you can't let lightning ever attack. But if you kill the vanilla, they get back the lightning, and then you have to deal with the lightning all over again. Yuna and Charlotte. We are pulling our legends in this box like rapid fire. That's a playset of Charlotte for me. So it's not pulling her, but very happy to see her show up nonetheless. Full art Liud. Really nice art. Pops really well. Not really a full art I was looking for, but I mean they can't all be the full arts you want.
I pulled just a foil version of that.
Yeah. All right. An Odin and a Lightning. So I will never have to play a non-shiny Odin. Since I have 2 full arts somehow. And a foil. Dragoon, Sonon. I feel like I'm lower on this Dragoon than most people are. It just reads really slow to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Also reminds me a bit of like the Samurai backup that like was fine but unspectacular. Foily Zodiark, non-foil Clive. Zodiark's a card with a lot of potential. We just haven't had a card that like works the way Zodiark does. I don't know what direction I want to do with it, like what I would play with it. I just know that like there's probably something good with it. Just because it does attack the game on a pretty different axis. Second Bart's, happy to see it. Still haven't pulled any Lenas. I'm a little bit annoyed by that. Foil Shampota, very happy to see that. I think that card is really good, actually. It's just funny because that led to like a little mini argument in the global Discord where it's like, you're going to pay 9 for that? And I'm like, I would pay any amount of CP to get Une off the field sometimes. Yes, I will pay 9 to break 2 forwards. I don't know, like, what do you, like, want from the card? Like, if it costs full art Najee, okay, happy there. That's a good pull. And like, I just don't know what more you could really expect from the card. It's a, you know, I think a 7 CP4 that breaks 2 forwards is a average limited card, which is kind of what LBs feel like a lot of the time. Is they're cards that are not super powerful. I mean, not every LB is Tidus or possibly Lunafreya. So, I don't know. I just think killing 2 things is good text for a really low cost. Like, running 1 copy of that, if it comes up, then great. If it doesn't, that's also great. You're prepared. It flips for Cloud. I also just think Lightning's limit breaks are not very good, so more playable options there. Just kind of a damaged crystal out of the pack, isn't it? Let's see, like some scratches at the top. Yeah, there's a scratch right there. Doesn't really matter. It's not a very valuable thing, but it is, I suppose, kind of my mindset on crystals is I'd rather pull them than not pull them because you don't usually lose anything for it, which is the case here. 2 full arts, a Najee and a Liud. Kind of funny, the Najee can search the Liud. The Zodiarch, a crystal, 4 legends, bunch of extra foils, and all of our heroes. All right, box number 4. Still chasing Lena. No Lenas, no Joshuas. Like a Jill. 1 more Jill would be great. 1 more Ferris would be great. Not too worried at picking up Lenas if I need to. Millifew and Missouri.
Oh, that was a funny play with that card on pre-release.
Yeah, a friend of mine kind of killed himself in pre-release against my wife. It was very funny. Just did not read the card, didn't realize it wiped the whole field, and played it and basically scooped. Said, yep, okay, I lose. Happy to see Titan. I think that Mono Earth was kind of done dirty by Fenrir compared to the others. Ooh. Foil Jill, that's great. That's my playset of Jills. 2 of them in foil as well is really nice. Means I can start playtesting my Mono Ice stuff very soon, or like without any issues, which is really cool. Really been enjoying playing Mono Ice lately, so I think it, like Mono Ice of every element like gets the biggest boost this set. I think the ice cards this set are so good across the board. And there's so many different directions to take it as well. Like I've got legitimately like 3 different builds that all do different things. Full art Fang, very nice. Love this card. It is so cool.
Yeah, another Aussie.
Mandragora and a Ra-La. Ra-La is such a cool design. I don't know how good it is every time I've played it. Even in pre-release, it feels like a lot of games I played it, it got answered, and a lot of games I played it, and it just ran away with the game on its own. It's interesting seeing what feels like a bit of a design shift. I don't know if it's a design shift or if it's a deck building shift, but the way that players play light and dark cards has shifted. It's not really a thing that you just... Vincent, not happy about that, but that's fine. You don't just kind of throw a light or dark if you feel like hitting your deck anymore, which kind of used to be what you did when I started back in like Opus 13. It really feels like light darks are like 3 or 0 game plan cards now. Basically, I want to say the shift happened with like Lightning. Foil Bartz. It looks It's almost got like a border on it. Interesting.
It's like a foil border.
Yeah, I didn't know that. It's kind of a neat looking card. I believe that's my playset of Bart's. Yeah, which is good. There's my Lena. All right, cool. I would like to pull one of those in foil so I could potentially have a playset, but kind of running out of spots to pull more legends. A Tama and a Sonon. Let's clean that up a little bit. Elena, this card looks so good in full art. One of the full arts I would want the most in the set. I don't think she fixes Turks. I think she makes them better. But I don't think she does quite enough for them.
Second Tifa.
I should have plenty of Tifas. I think we got Johnny and Phoenix. This card's gotten a funny amount of hate for just a random common. People are really mad about the fact that it's, yeah, they're like, why is there Tifa supporting water? And you're like, well, why not? You know, it's a draft common, a common. It's not supposed to be a great card. Ash, that's pretty nice. Won't complain about that. Iodolus, Cloud, that was a 1 full art box. I was pretty sure that was what it was going to mostly do. So we got our 4 legends, pretty decent ones. So yeah, it looks like you get 4 legends in every box, which is actually a very slight increase on the old ratios. Pretty decent full arts. And on to our last box. Can we end on a signature Bart's? Oop, I just knocked over a stack of bulk. That's what I get for not having a trash can. There's a wall of wrappers on the right side here. All right, 5th Vincent. Push the box away. Final 18 packs. Gunslinger in the Abyss. Right off the bat, we got a legend. That's good. Saz, Ritra.
Is that your first? Oh no, is that your first Saz?
No. Saz is a rare.
Okay.
I've got a bunch of them in the bulk. I need to move the bulk out of the way because my elbow whapped it there and I don't want it falling into the camera. All right, back we go. And Fina and a Star Sybil. It's a really weird card. I know that people generally are not very high on it. And I generally agree, but I do think there's a world if we are in a really slow control meta that the card could be like really annoying and really good. I don't know that I want to pay 4 for it. And I don't think there's like an Ice Wind deck that could use Playset of Lightning. I will absolutely take it. Really worried I wasn't going to get a playset of her. Last set, I could not pull a baby Sephiroth to save my life. And ended up being just like a card to hunt the entire set.
Ooh.
Foil Vanille. Actually, I like that. We got the lesbians in one pack.
Lesbian Aussies.
Yep, the lesbian Aussies in one pack together. Kind of happy to see that war show up. Ooh, full art Vritra, full art legend, finally. Yeah, that looks really cool. Yeah, well, hold on.
Yeah.
Iodolus, Ash. Iodolus is funny because they literally just took the starter deck card and printed it in water instead of fire. Yeah, that looks really good. That's a playset of Ritra. I think the only things I don't have a playset of, Ferris, Lena.
The stuff you really want. It's always the stuff you really want.
Yeah. I have pulled 0 Joshuas so far. That's
Oh, that's nice too.
Okay, second full art, Millefew. Actually, I really like the card. It's kind of cute.
That is cute. Yeah.
Don't know how good I think it is. I know it got a little bit of hype and it was spoiled for mono win. I think my issue with it is that between Citra and Dryad, there's actually a lot vying for cards they're trying to steal from your break zone. And Millefew is going to fight against that because you need 15 win cards in your break zone for her to work. But she is a one-cost Moogle that can potentially do something, which is not to be slept on, given that, Moogles have a pretty good amount of random generic support. It wouldn't take much for her to be good, I'll put it that way. Foil Tidus, about 48 hours, we had a heart attack with that card. Really happy that the bans happened. Just opened the format up so much. And I really, I kept saying early on last set, I was like, I really think we're in like a super balanced format. There's a lot that's viable, a lot we can do. And that ended up not being true once the Unideck started getting solved. And like, I even would have said if you asked me, like, yeah, I think the Unidecks are not very fun to play against, but they're like unique and neat. But there's Elena, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
So I think don't need very much to finish that playset, which is good. Also really avoided pulling too many duplicates of stuff, which has been nice. It's just Joshua. It's going to be annoying. Probably a card I'm going to have to do some trades for. X-Death, last pack. 2 full arts, foil. Shouldn't be anything in this. We'll do the trick. It's, what is it? 1, 2, 3 to the... do that. That should be it. All right, we got a Kuja, a Vaughn, a Maya. Actually, a really fun card. White Mage, Dine, Echo, Cripshay, Daliak, Kadaj, Blue Mage. This should be the hero, a Clive, and ending on a terrible card. That is not a Bart's, unfortunately. I'm pretty happy with this, though. I managed to not double up too much. Like I said, the no Joshua's is a little bit annoying, but I think I didn't pull more than a playset of anything, which is kind of neat. We go here to our foils and our full arts. Millefew, Vritra, Bart's, Zodiark, Fang. We got a Crystal, a Najee, Liud, Cisne, Sarah, Lightning, Clive. Like, I'm pretty happy with that. I will take that any day. Legends look pretty good. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think of the set. I'm super excited to dig into it, play some games, find out what's good, what's bad, what I'm excited to do, and we'll have to go from there. Thanks for watching. Peace.